Attention, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming back and I'm ready to give no explanation as to where I've been. So shut up and enjoy this video where I recap everything I have in my game, since I'm an idiot and forgot most of it. Hello and welcome to devlog number... I should really finish this game, it's actually embarrassing. Or shortly 7, you know. Before we start, I must say 7 devlogs in 2 years is actually more impressive than Danny himself. Let's get to it. I don't remember the last thing I added, nor the last thing I said I added, so we'll just go through everything together. Picture this. A game where you have 2 juicy hands and a slick watch. This watch helps you slow down time whenever you please. However, you can only do it for so long before your timer runs out. After your timer runs out, the time speed goes back to normal. But wait, there's more. Another thing these 2 juicy hands know how to do really well is shoot a deadly fucking laser. With the godlike powers, you can shoot a big red laser and obliterate whatever you feel is appropriate. You know, I'm gonna shoot myself. You can't spam this ability either though. Your hands light up and when the time runs out, the laser just gives up on you. Like my parents. But these 2 weren't enough for me. Since I like cool abilities and hands, I added one more thing that they can do. Throw bananas. You have a banana counter on the side of the hand, which indicates how many you have remaining every time you launch one out. When the counter hits 0, they turn red, indicating you to stop spamming that poor right click button. But, you know, you do you. Anyway, we're finally done with these hands, so we can get to the rest of the game. I currently have 4 crafted maps, or 4 hand modeled maps, locked and loaded. Actually, just locked. I kinda have to load them up with different objects now. Speaking of different objects, in this game we have creatures. Who doesn't like a good old creature? That sounded wrong. We'll start with the friendly ones. Butterflies. They hang around trees until you get up close, and then they hang around you and give you health whenever they remember. And that's kind of it for the friendly ones. I know, bear with me. Let's get to the real deal. We have 4 top of the line AI enemies that aren't really AI, but that sounded cool, so you know. The yellow monster. Coming in at a faster speed than you, this guy can wipe you out in 5 shots, dealing a substantial amount of damage. Now he's also pretty big, so no wonder he's down to swing like that. The floating guy. This enemy just flies around at ridiculous speed, hitting a good amount of damage per hit. However, he has less health and looks pretty disturbing, but I like him, which says a lot actually. I call him Smiley, but you can call him anytime. I should stop with it. I'm really not funny. Moves around very fast and also hits around very fast, but he's quite weak, quite small. I mean, sorry, average, at least average. And the fact that he's weak can also be seen from the fact that he flies into the sky whenever he dies. Rocky, I guess. I don't know, I don't really have a name for this guy. This enemy hits you with, well, you guessed it, rocks. They stop your gravity for a couple seconds and allow others to attack you while you lay there, helplessly. While you now have to focus on killing him, since that means no more annoying rocks to get stuck in, every time you drop an enemy, it gives you a fair bit of health and 5 fresh, questionably blue, but still fresh bananas. Those are all the enemies at the moment. I will sprinkle the maps with them and make them playable and most importantly, enjoyable. Speaking of enjoyable, I also have a lot of particles and camera shakes since I for one think they are fun and visually pleasing, making the gameplay feel more intense. Even though it's not. I mean, for legal reasons, it is. Just check this out. The 2 things I do remember is that since last time, the enemies are now no longer piling up, but rather circling around you, looking to hit you from every possible direction. And now the game has sound. I know. Now the creatures love to attack you, so I put a stop on them getting stuck in each other while on their way to do just that. And I'd say it works fine most of the time. You win some, you lose some. Also, the sounds for now are just placeholders. I only really like my 2 songs and 2 more sounds. The rest are kinda temporary. Mere tests to get a feel for the final game, since, you know, anybody in their right mind would finish it soon, right? Menus! Yeah, how can I forget? We have a kick-ass main menu with colorful and animated buttons which start the game, load the last level you were on, but currently doesn't load up the stats. But we'll get over that. A settings page and... bro. Why? Anyway, the settings page has the standard visual settings, just renamed a little bit, a difficulty which can only be adjusted in the main menu, and the volume slider, which surprisingly does what it's supposed to. However, if you mute the game because you don't like my songs, I swear to God, I will find you and present you with the death screen, which I think is pretty funny and iconic, and it should stay the way it is. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for sticking with me through this game dev journey. I don't stay tuned for future updates, because trust me, this game is bound to be awesome. And I promise, I will work on it more. Stay tuned for that.